The Front Range of Colorado is known for its snowfall varying greatly with every storm. A few times this season there was more than a 12-inch spread across the metro. That wide spread was evident across the entire season's snow totals. Predominantly easterly winds this season brought favorable upslope to the areas right along the foothills. Boulder finished with a record-breaking 152 inches of snow. Evergreen and Roxborough also topped 100 inches for the season. That upslope advantage loses its punch the further you move away from the foothills. Longmont, Arvada, and Lakewood with significantly less snow but still above their averages. East of I-25, much lower totals but still slightly above their average. DIA barely topping Denver's seasonal average of 57.1 inches. Areas in the South Metro benefit from upslope along the Palmer Divide and often rival snow totals along the foothills. But the most favorable wind direction there is from the north, and there were slightly less northerlies this season. So not as much snow as the foothills, but still above their averages. And even the Eastern Plains had an above-average snow season. The totals there are not usually very high. The northeast corner, however, was one of the few spots in our area that had a below-average snow season. Meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen, 9 News.